We start with question 6. Bring out the role played by Buddhist cultural traditions. So no one has addressed that. Yes. So what do you mean by Buddhist cultural traditions? As far as art is concerned or architecture is concerned, you have Gandhar style of architecture may have certain influence of Buddhist. So basically, let's talk about the Buddhist cultural traditions. Buddhist cultural tradition evolved over the period. It has certain influence of its own sect. Hinayanis has certain understanding of the art. That means it's a abstract, it's imagined, it's symbolism. So, for example, it's a Dhammachakra Pravartan. Buddha himself opposed the idea, but when Buddha was there, then Prasenjit created statue or image. And of course, Buddha opposed that because your idea of the Hinayan, Mahayana, then you have Vajrayana, and then you have Tantra. And here specific question is Mauryan period. So two things are there. So you need at least 15 marks, 8 or 10 diagrams. This is Lauri Ararach, or this is that means say Kanak Muni, Nikolai Sagar, or Lumbini. Lumbini inscription and details are given in your, because that is birthplace. You may start with Lumbini because that is birthplace of Buddha. So what is ultimately important factor in understanding all this? What do you mean by Buddhist cultural tradition? Its regional variations are there. For example, story of Purna. Story of Purna. So Purna, of course, this is a place called as a Sopara, and Sopara has certain connection with the Sopara inscription is there, Ashoka's inscription. So Purna story also tells a different version. Purna story, Bauri Brahman story. Bauri Brahman is a contemporary story of the Buddha. And we are here trying to analyze the period between 321 BC to 185 BC. That means third Dhamma Sangiti happened, third Buddhist conference happened, Ashoka and Abhidhamma Pita created, and that means you have certain metaphysical understandings also. That means certain symbols are there. Per se, Mauryan state or Maurya empire has nothing to do with Buddhism. It was its personal belief. In history, we have this only Ashoka's place where Ashoka manipulates each and every entity. That means including its religion, and hence Behri goes to Dhamma Ghosh. So that means Mauryan period tried to analyze Buddhist culture as a ethical culture or Buddhist phenomena as a Dhamma, which is different from Dharma. So Dhamma as a state policy compelled state also to create a certain kind of architectural manifestation in its inscriptions, which is again divided into two parts, major inscription and minor inscriptions. Pillar, major inscriptions and minor. This is general misconception. Suppose this is your say Sopara or Javgada. If it's a major rock edit, then you have 14 inscriptions at one place. So this is rock, and pillar is this one, and you have 7 inscriptions in any pillar. And that Allahabad pillar is important. Minor pillar of the Queen's edict also is, Sisma edict is also important. Karwaki is the only queen, but it has nothing to do with the Buddhist influence. For Buddhist influence, you have Gujjar, you have then Babru edict talks about the Ashoka's personal belief. You may start with the Babru and Gujjar. Or Ashoka was called as a Bhikkhu Gatik. Cultural tradition. Role played by the Buddhist cultural traditions. Cultural traditions in influencing art. For example, Jatakas also influenced Sanchi Stup. Has Hariti goddess also and certain Hariti goddess and Storan. And you have certain Jatak expressions also. In architectural features, you have this understanding of the quote unquote, Ashoka mentions this Swarga and Narak, idea of the heavenly world. Certain sculptures from say Purushpur or region nearby Kandhar, you have that kind of metaphysical quest. But at the same time, you have this earthy, that Bhumija Buddha. But Bhumija Buddha is end of the Maurya. That Sanghamitra created Anuradhapur, and then you have Bhumija Buddha. That is up to that period, right from your earlier. And during Mauryan period, what was the nature? Because that was just beginning of the Greeks, Indo-Greeks. What we are talking is a latter period. So just you have to focus on Ashoka, because Chandragupta Maurya ultimately was claimed by Jainas. Chandragupta Maurya was a Jain, and hence you have this he shifted because of this famine, and that famine is mentioned in your two copper inscriptions, Mahasthan, Swagaura copper plate, Mahasthan. What we are witnessing is a Mauryan period. Mauryan period is a huge 321 to 185. We are concentrating on 269 to 231 because Ashoka really was interested, and hence because of Ashoka you have this Barabar caves, for example. This is donated to Ajivaks. So here Buddhist, this question is directly from your NCERT. That means Yaksha, for example, Didarganj is a place where Yaksha and Yakshini is there. Yaksha and Yakshini, because Yaksha, you have, everyone has that claim on Yaksha. Yaksha has that kind of understanding. Yaksha ultimately is important because Jain Yaksha or you have Buddhist understanding also. So we'll limit this to Buddhist. You have divided this into, say, Abhidhamma, Tripitakas, Abhidhamma laterally arrived, and certain influence of the Jataka stories are depicted. You have idea of the Pratyek Buddha. Bodhisattva laterally arrived, but Pratyek Buddha is right. This is debate from first Sangiti. That means you have, when this third Sangiti happened, then you have this missionaries towards so many places. Our idea is to define what is art. This is a Mauryan art and architecture. Mauryan art, for example, you have this certain typical term is terracottas. But that terracotta has nothing to do with Mauryan life. Buddha is depicted in, it's a state patronage, various inscriptions, pillars, or you have major rock edicts. 14, 7 and certain caves also. So you may have your map also. If you have to save your time, then prepare a table also. This is caves, this is pillar. And from Saranath we have this 4 lion. Lion has certain depictions in Buddhist. Bull. So Jaugada is elephant. Elephant has its own understanding. Dhammachakra Pravartan. Sanchi, that wheel is there. So certain sample places and role played by the Buddhist. Buddhist culture, in conclusion, what we can say, the robustness of Mauryan state more enhanced because of Buddhist culture. State manipulated Buddhist culture cleverly to maintain its ethical code after Kalinga. That may be your, because 15 marker demands certain kind of analytical tone also. This is ancient Mauryan period. Something related to Mauryan art is expected. The source is art and architecture, our art and culture NCERT. This question is from art and culture. We'll send this within 2 or 3 days. We will send this structure of the answers also. 2-3 days, within 2-3 days. This question is from, question 7 is from your Ishita Banerjee Dube's book, source of your prelims. Prelims last 3-4 years, just continuously people are asking questions from UPSC. For example, this Pandit Ramabai question, your age of consent, Gopal Baba Sakaram Devskar. So I have taken this one. Charkha enabled Gandhiji to raise simple ordinary women. That means before Gandhi, simple ordinary women were not part and parcel of your movement. So fellow workers, what do you mean by fellow workers? It's a co and equal. I am your fellow worker. So for fellow workers, you need a Gandhian understanding and you need a Congress understanding. You have so many people initiated. What is real idea? Charkha is a symbol of your Gandhi's basic idea of modernity. So Charkha at the same time is a symbol of his own Hind Swaraj, and he tried to search in Gujarat for almost 6 months, and then I have written that it's a Ganga Behan of it's a place near Surat or Badoda, and she laterally discovered this charkha in remote village. Then afterward you have this, after Gangabain, and Gangabain become laterally an important figure in charkha expansion. Traditional understanding, what is the traditional, what is the recent article in EPW also, that Gandhi liberated women but in a traditional sense, and hence this is from Gandhi. Gandhi want women in public domain but for service. Home science is the best way. You must be there at Dandi March for the service of the satyagrahis. That means service is your own nature, and that was his understanding of fellow workers. That means fellow workers, you have to decode fellow workers. I am with you, and that was the debate between Gandhi and Sarojini Naidu after Dharasana. And this idea of women cannot lead and women should not lead because that is not their dharma. So then in mass satyagraha, that never happened. A. And B, people like say Sarla Devi Chaudharani or Sharada Devi or Basanti Devi or per se up to Sarojini Naidu was also, these people were also reluctant to have a tag called as a fellow workers to these women. So certain elite resistance was there. They were never, these people never accepted. So-called, the term applied here, simple ordinary women. It may be Avantika Bai Gokhale, or it may be Sarla Devi Chaudharani, or it may be Sarojini Naidu. They have their own reservation because these women are maybe peasant, maybe landless worker, maybe home street worker, or street worker, home workers, domestic. How you can disturb these domains? Ultimately, charkha has its own limits. So you have 3 points. Resistance of the upper and elite women to this idea that you need a women's emancipation in public domain. Because these are not, this is again a J.S. Mill idea. That means they are not educated and hence not eligible. B, then what is the problem from Gandhi? Subordination as a subordination, fellow worker as a subordinate worker. And third point with charkha. Charkha really created space. But Congress, that was a real issue. Congress was never Gandhian. And Congress never accepted charkha as a symbol. So where is charkha in our, say, flag? Originally that may be there. Then you have Ashok Chakra of a 24 character wheel with its own design. That is again from Buddhist Ashokan argument. Point is, charkha enabled Gandhiji to raise simple ordinary women. So it's a Gandhi's credit that Gandhi created a space for women. But that was again resisted by upper and elite women within Congress or outside Congress. A. B. Charkha was resisted by Congress persons or by other strands also. And C. These fellow workers were never fellow workers. They were subordinate to. And hence, with all its limitations, still you have people like, for example, Krishna Kumari Devi, Vindhyavasini Devi, Leela Singh, Rama Devi Chaudhary, endless names, Kuntala, here is a Prema Kantak, for example, in Maharashtra. You have a Gandhian understanding and started with this understanding of the charkhas. So charkha, what is the importance of charkha? To conclude in Ishita Banerjee's argument, charkha enabled Gandhi and created space for lower strata women, ordinary women, may have its root in agriculture or domestic work or as a housewife, and created space in public domain, but for the service of nation. And hence you have problem with charkha, you have problem with elite women, and Gandhi itself is a problem for Congress. Congress never accepted Gandhian position. When you are discussing, discussion is pros and cons of the state. Charcha. Discuss. You have to discuss in both ways. This I will conclude these 3 questions quickly, and then we have certain questions. Individually you can discuss. After the session is over, then we will go for questions. If you have any queries, then ask after this session is over. JP movement, that is Jayaprakash Narayan, right from say earlier, its version, it went to Jayaprakash diaries are famous diaries. JP initiated the socialist movement, then become a Sarvodaya. Sampurna Kranti of the 1970s was, these two questions are from question 8 and question 9 from India after independence. That is Bipendra's book. Why emergency? We will discuss emergency and go for Muzara. Responsible for the implementation. Of course, JP movement may be the major cause. Of course, that was not the single cause. 1966 to 69, why you have holiday plan? Right from 1952, you have this community development program. That American pressure or Indian willingness towards America, tilt toward, recent document shows that tilt toward America never happened. America never accepted India, and then you have a new player called as a Soviet. So 1971 Soviet Bangladesh factor is there. In 1969 nationalization, quote unquote, that created unrest. Then 1966 to 69, then you have Navanirman Andolan. So many students have written Navanirman Andolan. Then you have issue of the corruption, which again bring JP in the limelight. So it's a student movement, and JP laterally guided, and you need a whole structure. That means police also involved, and involvement of police created certain issues. You have this huge report just started with Turkman Gate, Shah Commission report. You have Komi Kapoor's recent writing on emergency. You have so many, right? Anibani, Indira and democracy. Emergency, Indira and democracy. You have a writing of Haksar, P.N. Haksar. So certain biographical detail, if there are certain biographical details that is only yours. That means, for example, you have gone through this biography of Pupul Jaikar, Indira, or My Days with Indira, maybe Chidambaram, maybe Alexander. So your personal narration ultimately counts. You have certain experience from, say, emergency. Suppose this is my opening line. That in, for example, in certain state like Maharashtra, P.L. Deshpande and Durga Bhagwat oppose emergency. What is emergency? So JP movement may be the trigger point, but you have overall turmoil and tendencies of the dictatorship. What to quote again Zia Modi, thanks to Indian judiciary, because of Indian judiciary we are democratic. Otherwise, look what happened to Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka. India is exception thanks to judiciary, and hence judicial interpretation. Allahabad High Court. Some people have argued Allahabad High Court. Just you may have your one rupee. And in 1977 again, your Janata experiment again Indira really arrived. So JP movement of the 1970s. So decade of the 1970s. For example, in 1971. So that is again a gimmick. You may start 1971. You have this crisis in capitalism really arrived its apex. In 1917 you have this idea called as a theory of justice by none other than Rawlsian argument. That means 71 was really period of 70 again period of the crisis. In Indian scenario you have created separate state or separate internal refugee question and Bangladesh formation. So emergency was that sense of power. Abuse of power in the name of your own understanding of power. JP movement created that kind of thrust, and now power structure feel threatened. And some people argued that this was again essential part of our democratic argument. You need emergency for real democracy. That was also argument. But apart from JP movement, 1966, 69, 71, 73 oil crisis and other international issues, food crisis, 1973, and your internal dynamics also, after 71 internal dynamics also, and your party politics change the understanding of nation. JP movement literally created that kind of understanding, and suppressive power ultimately, suppressive nature of state created created emergency. And emergency ultimately is a blot on Indian democracy, whether you accept or not. People like so many people argued that no, we need this is Anushasan Parva, Vinoba, or otherwise where is democracy? Emergency is everyday situation for us. This is Namdev Dhasa from Dalit Panther. That means so many people reflected in multiple ways. But by and large what happened was a steep resistance to silently and by steep resistance by few people, like say Durga Bhagwat or PL in Maharashtra. JP was that kind of person. So JP movement, some question may be on emergency is expected. That may happen or may not, but prepare for emergency. Then why this Muzara question is there? Muzara is an Arabic word. That means your sharecropping, landless laborers. Because of this, what is happening? It's now at Singhu border, and you have continuous agitations of the farmer that may lead to Muzara movement. Muzara movement, of course, is originated in 1920s. You have Biswedars. It has its own argument. You have this is permanent settlement applied to general. This is a Malwa region. Malwa, some part of Malwa may be a Mahalwari, and this Patiala region, Pepsu laterally. This may have certain influence of the permanent. So people compared permanent settlement with Mahalwari, and that also created suppressive nature of the Praja Mandal. This is Praja movement, 1920s after onwards, and the work of the Biswedars, landholders, created problem, and hence a violent march or violent nature of the Muzara, that is landless labor, arrived, and this is directly mentioned in our Bipin Chandra's book, India's Struggle for India After Independence. Muzara movement. Muzara is an Arabic word mean sharecropping. Muzara. That means you may have a map of the Punjab then or now. This happened in Patiala or nearby region. Permanent settlement, what happened? Biswedari system. This is Chhajjumal Oil. Chhajjumal's leadership created. Say from 1920s to 1950s, you have this huge Muzara movement really happened. Suppose this is real tough questions. You don't have a clue or any idea about the Muzara movement. Then what to do? Any clue? You don't have any clue, and you have time. So is it better? That was asked question. Is it better to concentrate more on, say I have certain clues on Mauryan culture and I can draw certain figures in that? Then I think go for that one. This is very vague. You may write that movement, ultimately social movement created part, and but where this happened, why this happened, is it 1980s? Because question leads to nowhere. So best way, I think, skip that question and focus on other question. You are writing general without any time, space and place. Then just one paragraph and keep mum. Muzara, you don't have any idea where it happened. Is it a Kerala? Is it a Andhra or is it a Punjab? So Muzara movement, for example, certain students. So best way to concentrate on, so you have say 10 minutes and then you have to invest in say Tamil Nadu inscription. Then I may have certain maps A. Then I will go for Odisha map. So you can have certain say 4-5 marks more 5 from your previous writing. So, and conclusion of the Muzara, 1948, Teja Singh Swatantra formed a communist party, Lal Communist Party. This is Punjab heritage, right from Gadar movement, Son Singh Banka, Kirti Kisan. So that continuity was there up to one may say Pash. Pash again is a poet of that continuity. Point is, Muzara really is a landless expression of the landless people. In Indian scenario, we have a say Tebaga, laterally Tebaga happened. Punnabra Gauri, recently Gauri passed away. So a minister in Nambudripa's government. So Punnabra may be question or your Tebaga may be question. But it's happening nearby Punjab and hence Muzara may be your question. And last question of course is a Dutch Empire, because something related to East Asia must be there. You have Malayan Peninsula already happened. Australia, because of J formula, because Australia is mentioned in history syllabus. Question on Australia may be there. Question on Australia, that may be there. But immediate question is Indonesia. Vietnam question again in world history may happen. Vietnam is again why Vietnam War happened, why American forces, French forces were defeated. Much expected question may be Indonesia. Dutch, Ambaya massacre happened, say, 1620s and 30s, and original plan of the East India Company was Indonesia. That means this Malayan Peninsula and onwards, Java, Sumatra, up to Bali or East Timor, because this is the land of your spices. Unfortunately or fortunately, East India Company was defeated and now shifted its focus towards India. Then Dutch has its own quality, Dutch, Holland. So you need a 18, say Vienna, what happened in Vienna 1814 conference. That means you have Dutch, I understand, because Holland is the only country who genuinely literally followed idea of the laissez-faire, 2.5 and 2.5. But laterally changed its policy after 1950s. 1950s you have the different system, and hence in 1830s you have. So what is the difference between, say, East India Company and Dutch? Dutch was everywhere. You have Dutch colony. It's famous for rural connectivity of that region. In India also, it's a rural connectivity, right from Golconda to, say, up to certain region of the Andhra or Orissa for weavers. Weaving, that reminds me, Ishita Banerjee's point in Charkha, that is, ultimately weaver is a male idea and spinning is the female idea, and hence best way to suit femaleness is a Charkha, not weaver. So weavers, Julekha, Kabir was a weaver. So weaving is different from spinning, and spinning is more suitable to women. That was Gandhi's perception, elaborated by Gangabayan and others. Back to our Dutch imperialism, Holland. That means in 1830s you have this quote unquote idea called as a cultural system. Culture here is not culture but agriculture. That means you have to enhance your crop pattern. You have to involve rural small islands into a new kind of variety. It may be indigo, it may be rubber, or it may be your idea of a rice. And in 1870s, you have ethical explanation of each in India, what man's burden really arrived. In 1870s, after 1870s, you have this ethical system. Ethical system was the explanation of our moral explanation of our existence. Ethical system was also important. So, culture system and ethical system people will ask for. Culture system is agriculture expansion. Role of the VOC really, some people have argued that VOC, that means Dutch Indies Company, in 1602, you have a VOC. That company also created certain space for your expansion of the trade. But again, changing politics of the Europe has its own legacies and fallacies in your own way of understanding Dutch imperialism. Ethical policy, Dutch Queen 1901, the ethical policy was aimed in raising living standard of the native, as like we have Queen's Proclamation, this is Dutch Queen's 1901. Ethical policy and cultural system manipulated. Laterally what happened, this was grabbed by again Indonesia, you have then Sukarno and other people, but you have Sarekat Islam 1927, you have various communist influences, then you have freedom struggle, all that happened in Southeast Asia. So that may be what happened. This is first part of question. Second part, if you insist Indonesia, then let's talk about the freedom struggle of Indonesia. Sarekat Islam too, that means communist influence, then you have freedom struggle, liberal influence, and then you have certain imperialist influences, all this. Bhasa Indonesia was its Bhasa Indonesia, local language, but elites always preferred Dutch. So it's a Dutch, French element or Bhasa in local elements, Indonesia ultimately, and laterally become an important destination for all types of trades. That means now that may happen because of ASEAN also or Indo-Pacific also. So from various perspectives, Indonesian question on Indonesia, I have suggested that you may create your own. Suppose I have attempted 6 questions, then 4 are remaining, then these are expected questions for 2021, then just prepare your structures and then go for second. Otherwise what happens, I have written 6 questions, 7 questions, and remaining 3, remaining 2, remaining 4 creates problem. So immediately before closing your discussion of test 1, closing your chapter of test 1, make it sure that you have attempted all questions, at least in theory, created structures and completed. Of course, we will send this structure within 2-3 days, but you may have your own addition, and this is again a technique to solve. Attend minor words which are neglected by majority students, as like for example political philosophy, no one attempted. 1818, no one tried to analyze. History of religion, no one tried to analyze. Indian music, no one tried to analyze. This is general understanding. What are my observations? To conclude, just I will read this. I think 24-25 points are there. All questions compulsory attend, but if this happens that Muzar, I don't have any idea what happened to say McBride Commission, majority of the students were not able to write that, then it automatically becomes 230 or 235. But here 70% students are capable in writing Muzara. Muzara written by so many students. Innovative writing, how to present your, this is I think crucial factor. Innovative writing ultimately fetches your mark. You need your own. If Prime Minister of India says that your local must be vocal, then make it in your answers also. That is going to count. Local, your local. Suppose you are writing say Gandhi and you have your own, say I am from a place called as a Saswad, or I am a place from Charan Belash and I have local information, just mention. Why to bother? That our idea that is it visible for that examiner? I am writing this. This is very, Tulsidas Yadav is a very local name. Who says this is local? It is your imagination. It's an international name. So follow this tag. Go here in Yojana also. In so many words, it's clear that local must be vocal. Your local fetches marks. So top down won't work in our writing also. Bottom up also always works. So write bottom up. Expected topic, prepare start and end. Start and end. Prepare start and end. 200 structures from GS1, 200 structures from GS2. Start and end, that will say at least topic. This is topic. Say something related to agrarian crisis, then I will go for general structures. That means in prelims, lot of reading is expected. And in mains, when you are trying to analyze mains, reading is offense. Reading is punishable offense. You just don't read. Jot it down. Mention. Suppose this is your question, then go for structures. Just go for reading gives you feel that I am doing something, but as far as mains is goes, it's a waste of time. Ultimately, you have to jot it down. Otherwise, I am going to write something. I know from my pre-stuff. Then if you are prepared for that topic, and in that sense, prelim paper is exception is GS1, but otherwise it's a expedited paper. In GS1 also 30-40% questions are expedited questions. History is little bit difficult, but otherwise say you may GS3, GS2, certain questions are expedited questions. Then fetch marks with your own difference, with your own start and end. This is happening. Map, figure, tables, quotations. Read question carefully, that is not happening. For example, without writing Odisha, certain students have given mains. Where is Odisha? You have not just mentioned Odisha. You are just writing about freedom struggle. So this is very problematic attitude and approach. August 20 question, and I will send that. How to write need skills, again important part. It has nothing to do with your study. You need a professional attitude. Neat and clean ultimately I think minimizes. Suppose this is again I have erased this one, I have erased this one. Neat and clean ultimately gives you more marks, or it at least not able to minimize, otherwise it minimizes your mark. So your writing skill is important. Clean and writing is very, clean and neat writing is essential. All keywords of your question. Point 9 is important. And make structures of remaining questions. Need innovative start and writing. So many students are demanded that just 2 or 3 lectures if it's possible, then we will analyze, or if it's possible then we will go for the same 2, 3, 4 lectures on world history. expected topics. For example, Dutch Empire will analyze in one. So if you have certain difficulty areas in one world history, they send me or send our group, will manage 2 or 3 or 4 lectures on world history, because so many students from this batch demanded this one. Then 15 marker first, this is not applicable to this, that one fits all, that may not be there. Be yourself. This is my general understanding that may give a lead, or that may give a better space for your own writing. Introduction is dead idea. You are writing what is Buddhism, and absolutely no. Just write this is Buddhism, 3 aspects, and this is Mauryan period. Start and calling between this. So introduction is dead. Otherwise also after 2013 introduction, we don't need introduction. Just hit. That's all. Don't need introduction. Common, this is again I have written in green. Common material is real problem. It may be say 50 students and it not be a major problem, but when you have 3000, 5000 students writing the same material, then say here maybe a 7 mark in that, it may be 2 marks or 4 marks. So how to create your own stuff, that means how to save your own writing from common material. Standardization, ghettoization, zeroization. Everyone is writing good quality stuff, but it's the same one. So of course people are not going to read that, because everyone is writing the same. So you need your own writing, originality of thought. From this side, suppose this is your question paper. This side from your writing, you feel that this is very speculative. From examiner's point of view, that may be original writing. All these are puppets, and this candidate is original candidate. That was case of, say, I just mentioned Tushar is one candidate, for example, IRS. You must have your own strategy to handle. Speed is, of course, speed is a real matter. Speed, just 5 minutes earlier. That means you have to complete within given prescribed time. Need professional writing. Need to search for extra material, your own understanding, your own argument. That is, I think, really important factor. What is missing? Suppose I have given 2 mains, 3 mains, then I think missing factor is your own input, where you are just relying on market and just narrowing the same one. Where is your own search? No one has this material. Then this definitely going to work. Regional students, more authentic language. If regional students, because this, as I assume that all majority candidates are suitable, and that was demand also in English, and hence I started the discussion. But if some people demand, then I will go for separately. After this, next time I will go for regional also. In 30 minutes or 40 minutes we will go for regional discussion. I'll discuss in regional also if that demand is there. Make structures of unsolved question. That is important. Word limit 10% plus minus. Essential points. Analyze essential points and add. 1/3 market material, 2/3 your material. That formula ultimately works. Writing speed matters. Your writing speed. You have to complete within given 15 marks, 11 minutes. 10 marks, 7 minutes. 20 marks, 14 minutes. 14 again divided into 3 minutes for your structure, 11 or 10 minutes for your writing. And introduction is dead, again repeated point, because everyone is trying to give, because that is natural, because in the name of introduction you are trying to tune with that question, and now after 3-4 lines you are intellectually capable. Then think before and then start writing. Your writing should not be a practice for your intellectual maneuvering or intellectual capacity to cope up with your question. So don't go for introduction or background or just elaborating previous part of your question. Answer, address each and every word of your question. That is last but not the least suggestion. I think this is, every time it's not possible to discuss extensively as like this one. Generally 1 hour or at max 1 hour and 15 minutes. If that question demands certain entities, then we will go for detailed discussion of that question also. But I think again next week also we will discuss elaboratively our test second. That will give you an idea that how to analyze, how to prepare. If I have less matter, that is not a real issue. I have to address So after certain point, content brings expression is a myth. You have to respect your question and just address your questions. That's all. So accumulated knowledge in means writing ability, writing skill, your understanding of question. That may be your entry point to your interview. So just rely on question, rely on yourself. This is my pen. What is your question? I will analyze that question honestly and then I will start writing. I have not, that is our, I have not prepared. But what is your understanding of preparation and what is its correlation with question? No one has prepared. No, I think no one was preparing for Odisha, but Odisha question was there. No one was preparing for Muzara, but Muzara was there. That means just analyze, suppose you have given 2 means, 3 means, then analyze previous question. How many questions are there that you have not expected? I think that may be 40% or 50%. Then write spontaneous writing also. So ultimately what matter is your presence. You must be there. Your material, your study should not be there. This is my physical existence, and now let's do this exercise called as a GS test. So that ultimately matters. Expected marks, to conclude, expected marks of course at least 50%. 70% again is a good idea if that is there, but at least 65 marks are there, and if that 65 crosses, then that means it's moving in a great direction, better direction, correct direction. And if that's not, then analyze your own cause why that is not happening. I think we'll conclude on this, and then we'll go for, if someone has question, we'll officially we'll complete this session. Then we'll go for individual interactions. After, if you have question, then ask me, say next 10 or 15 minutes, or otherwise also just text me, I'll answer that. Or I will, if say on the same topic you have questions from say 10, 12 students, or many students want the discussion on the same, then I will include in next discussion also. Next topic according to our plan, that is society. And again is to go for your current small topics in your syllabus, which is not again asked, that may be a question. So we'll again this Thursday we'll have a test also, and then again discussion on Monday. I think we'll stop here. If you have certain questions and queries, immediately ask me.